What if I told you there's an engine powerful enough to reshape the backbone of America's trucking industry, but almost no one's talking about it yet? This is not just another diesel engine, it's the beginning of a paradigm shift. The Cummins X21 isn't just built for performance, it's engineered for the future. And if you're in logistics, fleet management, or you just love diesel tech, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the Cummins X21 might be the last internal combustion engine you ever need to pay attention to. Let's dive in. Let's start by understanding the world this engine is entering. The U.S. freight industry moves 72% of all goods transported domestically. Every product on a shelf, every item at your doorstep, likely relied on a heavy-duty engine to get there. And for decades, Cummins has been the name behind those powertrains. But times, they're changing. With increasing EPA regulations, rising fuel costs, and an electrification trend that's rapidly gaining momentum, traditional engines are under pressure like never before. Enter the Cummins X21, the company's answer to performance, sustainability, and adaptability. Now wait, what makes this engine special? Let me guess. You're thinking, great, another diesel lump with a fancy name and an extra cup holder? Nope, not even close. Here's where it gets real. The Cummins X21 is part of Cummins' new fuel-agnostic platform, meaning this engine isn't just diesel-focused. It's designed to run on hydrogen, natural gas, and biofuels with minimal adjustments. One block, multiple futures. That's not just innovation, it's risk mitigation for fleets betting on long-term viability. Now imagine this. You're a fleet operator in Illinois. You're dealing with price fluctuations, compliance headaches, and uncertain EV infrastructure. But now you've got an engine platform that can switch fuels with the times? That's insurance against the unknown. Let's break down specs, because that's what you really came for, right? 21-liter displacement, projected power range from 700 to 900 horsepower, torque output, over 2,500 pound-feet, built to comply with future EPA 2027 emission standards. And oh, zero compromise on durability. That's right. This engine doesn't just sip coffee and watch Netflix on weekends. It's clocking 500,000 miles and still wants overtime. The X21 is aimed at heavy-duty applications, Class 8 trucks, mining, rail, marine. Basically, anything that sounds like it would crush a Prius by accident. But here's the wild part. It's not just about what's under the hood, it's about how this engine fits into a bigger game plan that could determine Cummins' dominance for the next 30 years. More on that, right after this. Strategic impact and future outlook. Let's zoom out. Cummins isn't just releasing a new engine, they're repositioning their entire brand to own the future of power. They call it Destination Zero, a bold commitment to zero emissions without sacrificing uptime or profitability. Here's where things get strategic. Rather than force the industry into a one-size-fits-all EV solution, Cummins is saying, let's meet you where you are, today, tomorrow, and 10 years from now. The X21 is a modular asset. If you run diesel today, great. Switch to renewable diesel tomorrow? No problem. Hydrogen in 2030? The block is already ready. A single truck platform, powered through 3 decades of evolution, just by swapping the fuel system? That's not just engineering, that's economic warfare. And with pilot programs already rolling out in select fleets across the Midwest, the clock is ticking. Early adopters will secure efficiency gains, fuel savings, and EPA credits, while others are still figuring out their infrastructure. This isn't science fiction. It's quietly happening right now. So, what does this all mean for you? Whether you're a fleet owner, a diesel technician, or just a fan of torque numbers that make your eyebrows jump, the Cummins X21 is more than an engine. It's a statement. It says, we don't need to wait for a perfect electric future. We build for today, ready for tomorrow. And hey, if your current engine still wheezes like it's chain smoking through a straw at 5 a.m., maybe it's time to pay attention. Because in our next video, we'll break down how Cummins plans to dominate with hydrogen combustion engines, and why they could quietly bury battery electric competitors by 2035. So, are you in or just watching from the slow lane? Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for deep dives into heavy-duty tech, engine evolution, and what's next on America's roads. Comment below. Would you switch to a fuel-agnostic engine like the X21? Why or why not?